I remember watching a video about how perfect the original iPhone launch was, because usually every single Apple product launch, there'd be at least one issue, you know? And everybody was super surprised, probably because it was so stressful, and everybody knew that the iPhone would be the future, that there were no issues whatsoever the entire thing, the entire time of the reveal. And that's really how I felt yesterday when I relaunched my Minecraft server. As you guys may know, I had a Minecraft server about 2 months ago, and then there was a catastrophic hard drive failure that made me have to use a backup 8 days before the server went down, and also, use this computer like 2 months later, And so I was fully expecting for me to not set up something right or for something to go wrong. And nothing went wrong. There was one small issue, but that's like super minuscule, and it only happened to one person. And so that's why I really want to talk about how other people perceive your products, And so, okay. So I was super stressed out yesterday because we had upwards of 9 people on the server, which is like I think the highest amount of people that's ever been on the server. I think there may have been 10. Yeah, so like the second highest amount of people that's ever been on the server at a time. And if something were to go wrong, and if something were to crash, that puts a really terrible look on thousmc and the future Thous brand, And so that means that like at least half of the player base is gone on the first day because they think that thousmc is unreliable because of those issues, However, if everything goes flawlessly, those 9 people had no issues with the server whatsoever when they first played on it on the first day. Of course, there aren't going to be that many people playing on it, you know what I mean? Like, there aren't going to be, like, since it was the first day there were loads of people on, there aren't going to be that many people for a while, I think, on at the same time. However, it's super good anyways, because those 9 people now have a positive experience with thousmc. And that's something I guess I just find really important. And a big issue is people will sort of inevitably realize if bad things were to happen to thousmc that it's pretty easy to make their own Minecraft server, and eventually, the server just won't it won't become the only Minecraft server in my friend group, and that's sort of what I fear. A big thing that I want to do is not have the server look like it has any issues whatsoever, and currently it literally doesn't. Could just be saying that to perpetuate the facade that the server is running perfectly all the time, but it literally is running perfectly right now. Or is it? No, it is. But let's say there was something that went wrong with the plugins. You see, I don't know. It's like, something I've also learned is that people value speed over how easy it is for the person facilitating the project. So, let's say I had gotten the server back up a week after, because theoretically, this thing I did in like 6 days could have been done the entire 6-month span that the server's been on. The only reason why it didn't was because I had a revelation that I talked about in one of my videos that you shouldn't care. Like, if you spend money on something that you care about, it shouldn't, like, it's not a waste of money, And so, I just came to the realization that if you like something, you shouldn't think that spending money on it is a waste of money, you know what I mean? So, yeah, So people value speed, so if the server is down, do as much as you can to get it back up, even if it's not directly convenient for you. Also, have the server look as pristine as possible. Like, there are no issues with it whatsoever, right? I don't know. Be a transparency. Transparency is super important. Something I've done when getting the server back up is I've done these updates in the announcements channel, which I feel like really shows how much progress is being made at a time. And the reason why I didn't do these updates before was because literally nothing was going on. But if loads of things are going on and you aren't telling anybody, there's no difference to them between nothing going on and stuff going on, you know? And so you really have to update people on what's actually going on, you know? Because they might... They probably have no idea that there's so much progress being made, but if you're constantly updating them on what's happening currently, there should be no issue. People are probably like, oh, so much progress is going on, so much progress was going on, you know? And so something you really need to make sure of is that, like, I don't know. It's just that it's super, because, like, thousmc is currently, like, the biggest priority on my list right now. It used to be school, but school's basically over. I have, like, 2 more assignments, and that's the end of school. So currently, thousmc is the #1 biggest thing I have right now. And so I just want it to look as not scuffed as possible, you know? Anyways, yeah. So if you're running a Minecraft server, which in your friend group, don't, yeah, that's what you should do. All right, yeah. See ya, dude.